Hi everybody. Today's video is a litter update for these mini Australian Labradoodle puppies. Hi, I'm Claire from Van Isle Labradoodles, and today's video we're going to tell you about the 4 mini Labradoodle puppies in our litter from Dottie. So we refer to these puppies as Dottie Spotties because they're all spotted puppies. One of our other families coined that phrase and I just love it. So in the video today, we're going to go through each of the puppies. We're going to tell you a little bit about them individually, give you some information on the litter as a whole, and also give you a little bit of an update on Dottie. So we do the puppies in birth order every week just to be consistent and to be fair. So today we are, as always, starting with Brown Collar Boy. And Brown Collar Boy is our brown spotty in Dottie's litter. This mini Labradoodle puppy is a handsome boy and he has these gorgeous brown spots on him. Hi, hello. And he also has this beautiful brown on his face. Now you'll see on Brown Collar Boy, his coat is really starting to lift. He's got one big patch here that's really coming up from his body. So he has a little bit of a funny look going on with his coat right now as parts of it lift and fill in and give us that beautiful Labradoodle puffiness, and parts of it are still just in the process of lifting. So Brown Collar Boy, if you'll look closely, you'll see he has a little bit of dirtiness on his chin and a little bit on his nose. Now that's not actually dirt because he's not been outside yet, but what that is some food. So these puppies are still nursing from Dottie all the time. They are really not too fond of the plan that they be weaned or that they start eating any solid food. Isn't that right, Brown Collar? They are just the type of puppy that are, yeah, no thanks. There's lots at the milk bar. It's cozy, it's warm, it's what we're used to, and we don't really think there's any point in learning to eat that stuff in the dish. So we've tried giving them a few varieties of things. We started off with the pablum and the goat's milk and the pumpkin, as we always do, but nobody was too interested in that. That was pretty much totally ignored. In fact, Dottie ate all of that. So from there we moved straight over to raw, and they've licked at the raw, pardon me, but they can't really manage the raw quite yet because their teeth are not quite all the way through. Starting to get there. Brown has a couple of teeth through in the back, as does Black, but the girls don't have their teeth through yet. And 2 teeth isn't really enough to tackle a raw dog food meal with. And so then we gave them some tinned puppy mousse. And they looked at that and went, yeah, no, not interested. So we are going to start employing a different technique. We are going to actually limit Dottie's time with them so that we can get on with the weaning process. At 4 weeks of age, it is time to move ahead and start them having a little bit. We're not going to force them. We leave the food out for them. They can see it. If they want to try it, they can. If they choose not to, that's totally up to them. But we'll have Dottie in at more scheduled and regular intervals with them. She'll go in, she'll spend 15 minutes with them. She'll go in 3 times during the day, and then we will, of course, allow her to still sleep with them overnight. She can come and go during the night, but she's in and out, but she still likes to be cuddled up with them quite a bit. So that's fine. They're just a little bit of mama babies, that's all. Mr. Brown, he is a very quiet individual. He is one of the calmest and quietest puppies I've ever encountered. As you can see, he's just sitting here. He's giving me his attention, looking at me, and then he glances around and sees what else is going on. Nothing bothers this little fellow, nothing whatsoever. He's just a dream of a dog. So that's our little Brown Collar Boy. Oh, and he is weighing 1.46 kilograms. So he is still the reigning biggest puppy in the litter. Next, we have our other boy in the litter, and that is Black Collar Boy. And he is a black parti, so he has the beautiful black markings on him. And you'll see his coat is not as lifted as Brown's. He has this one little ruffle that's coming up here, and he has some over on the side here. Give me to show all the people. He has a little ruffle here, and then of course a beautiful amount on his neck. But this part of his body here is still quite flat. Very handsome. So these puppies only just moved out of the maternity ward into the nursery in the past few days. And when they moved, hello, there was absolutely no fuss. They went into their new quarters with way more space, all these noises and sounds and smells. It was totally different. And they just walked into their bed and looked around and went, okay. No upset whatsoever, which is really nice to see. All of these puppies have a very lovely, calm, and quiet disposition. They're very, very well-adjusted puppies for only 4 weeks of age. They've had a few things that have made big sounds and big noises they've been exposed to, and they're just, oh yeah, not a problem at all. Now, Mr. Black Collar Boy here, he is not only a party, but he is also a phantom. So he's what we call a tri. And he's actually an invisible phantom because he has all of the white here, and on his chest you can't see all of his phantom markings. But if you'll see on the side of him, you can see his face markings here, and then you can see the little chits above his eyebrows there as well. Isn't he handsome? Mr. Black is also very quiet, like Mr. Brown is. You can see he's very similar, except for he probably gives me a little bit more eye contact than Brown. But just like Brown, he'll look at me, check things out, make sure all is well, just checking in with me, and then he's back looking around and seeing what's happening. Very, very similar temperament in all 4 of these puppies in this litter. Labradoodles all have this lovely demeanor, but this litter really across the board is very even in terms of their temperament. And Mr. Black, who is giving us a little song there, he's just a smidge less than Mr. Brown, and he is weighing in at 136 kilograms. So that makes him the second puppy. So first puppy is the biggest, second puppy is the second biggest. So that's Mr. Black Collar Boy. Next we have our first girl in the litter, and this is our teensy one in the litter. Hello, sweet angel. This is Red Collar Girl. Now you'll see her coat is still really virtually still flat on her body. Very little lifting going on with her, just a bit around the neck here and a little bit on the side of her body happening. This is our little teensy one, as I said. She has broken the 1 kilogram mark. Yay, way to go, Red Collar. She is now 1.10 kilograms. This girl, out of everybody, is the one who is the most likely to be concerned about anything, but her level of concern is very minimal. But she is the one who, if ever there's going to be someone taking a second glance at something, it will be Red Collar Girl. Now that may change entirely next week, in 3 weeks, or it may stay that way for her entire life. Sweet, oh, this puppy is just a little angel. She is so friendly. She always comes running right over to greet us, and she always is just dying to jump into your lap and get some cuddles and some kisses. And you can see she has very nice eye contact as well. Beautiful little face. So this little girl is a red and white caramel party, a red caramel. As you can see, she has still all pink pads, and her nose is, you know, she may end up being red. I can't quite tell if her nose is going to be black or brown. It's in transition right now, but if I look at her lips, can you give me your lips? Her lips look a little bit more black, so she may indeed be a red and not an apricot party. So all that will mean is different colors that she can produce if she ever were to have puppies, and just a different name for her own color rather. She is the sweetest little thing, just a little cuddle bug, as I said, and so petite. We just love this little girl. So that's our Red Collar Girl. And last but not least is Pink. Now, Pink Collar Girl is definitely not small. Now you can hear that's Brown Collar Boy. Nope, that's not. That's Black Collar Boy who's talking over there. So they're in a crate while we make the video. So this is their one of their first exposures to the crate. They go in there as a group. The top of the crate is open, but the door isn't. And of course they can see and hear me, but they can't get to me. So this is part of our initial assessment process. We start assessing these little Labradoodles right from the moment they're born, but all sorts of things such as this are things that we take note of. Who's the one who's anxious in the crate? Who's talking? Who's agitated by it? Who just falls asleep? And then based on that, we will continue to do different things with them. So back to Miss Pink Collar Girl here. This girl is 1.34 kilograms, so she is just a little bit below her brothers. And for the longest time, I was a little bit concerned because she wasn't getting up on all fours and running around when everyone else was. But there's nothing wrong with her. It's just because she was a little bit heavy. So it took her a little while to build up that muscle strength to be able to support herself on the back. And you can see she has no problem doing that now. Now she runs around like crazy, just like everybody else. Hello, my precious pet. This little girl looks the most like Dottie, I think, because she has the open white face. She also is, I think, most similar to Dottie in her temperament. She is very, very big on the eye contact. She is always looking to people, and she is always getting her cues from people before she does from the other puppies. Hello, sweetheart. I know. She is just the most content puppy. Everything is great in life for Miss Pink Collar. It doesn't matter what happens in the day, it just makes her a happy girl and makes her smile. She is just a delightful little girl. And if we'll just take a look here and see if we can tell how her lips are going and if she looks like, I'm pretty sure that she is going to be a caramel. There's no hint of black in there at all, and her nose is really quite definitely looking brown. So I'm pretty sure that this is a little caramel girl. Beautiful color. She has those gorgeous high set ears. Very much what we look for in an Australian Labradoodle to comply with the breed standard. And then she has really lovely markings on her. So she's heavily marked. So she's definitely not the type of party dog where you see a whole lot of white. She has a lot of color back there, making her just a very pretty girl. Yes, just a very pretty girl. So Pink Collar Girl was the one I thought would probably be most interested in eating when we put the food out, but she was totally disinterested in that. She just couldn't understand what the concept was at all. Why would I go for that one? I've got my mom. That doesn't look like anything I want, and it involves work. I could just go and nurse, and that's so much easier. So we'll see how everybody does over the next week. As I said, we will not force the issue at all. We always let the mama Labradoodle and the puppies let us know what they're comfortable with and how fast or how slowly they want to move on to the next phase of things. However, we do always keep in mind and take consideration for Dottie and her well-being. We do not want her to be nursing and nursing so much and for so long that it's hard on her and her system. We want to make sure we look after her health first and foremost. Of course, the puppies are well able at this age to be drinking milk on their own and should be normally, but it's fine. We'll give them a few days grace here. They did, as you'll probably remember, take a couple of extra days to open their eyes. Then they were really early opening their ears. Oh my goodness, Mr. Black is telling us a big story. So perhaps with the food thing, they're just going to move right past the milk and pablum stage and go straight on to raw when they have their teeth. So we'll just wait and see. Now next week we don't have a litter update video because next week is our puppy family visit. It's not quite the same as it used to be when they were in person, but now they're by Zoom. And so we'll have all the puppies out together. They will be playing and interacting, and you can actually see them doing their puppy things and really enjoy them. It'll also be a chance for all of the families on this reservation list to ask me any questions they may have. So think about that before we get together next Saturday, what you might want to talk about. We'll also go over the Head Start program, what that involves, whether or not you want your puppy to be enrolled in that. And we'll also talk about our puppy starter package from Curated Canines. So we'll tell you a little bit about that and what's involved in that as well. And then the other thing that we will discuss, if you wish, at our puppy family visit is food. Not whether they are eating or not, but just how you feed raw food, what's involved in that, and where you can source it from, and all those other questions that you may have regarding raw food, if it's something new for you and your fuzzy companion. So that's our update for today. Dottie, she's doing just great. She is, you'd never know she'd had puppies unless she is near her puppies. She's just like all of our other dogs, happy, energetic, full of life. She's enjoyed 2 visits from her guardian mom, and she just loves to see her guardian mom. It always makes her tail go even more after her guardian mom has been here. And so she's coming back again to see her next weekend, and that'll be just great. So Dottie can be busy with her guardian mom while we have the puppies out doing the Zoom meeting. It's good for Dottie to have some one-on-one time and feel just how special she is. And she certainly is a very special Labradoodle to give us such a gorgeous litter of these mini Labradoodle puppies. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to post them or wait and ask at the puppy family visit if you're on our reservation list. And if you enjoyed this video and have a sec, please give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe so that you are always aware of when we publish a new video. Thanks so much for watching, and see you in 2 weeks.